Hi all, I hope you guys have written answer to today's question. And as usual, I'll request you all to please get it evaluated on the platform of CollectorBabu. Hopefully you're enjoying the initiative and please try to reap as much benefit as you can because we know that the mains result has been declared just a day ago, so that for those who have gotten selected, congratulations. And for those who have not, this is the time to giddy up. So let us go discuss the question thoroughly. So as usual, I'll be sharing my screen and we'll discuss how to approach the question. Okay. Firstly, I have written some points which you need to write, which are non-negotiable. Other than that, I'll also give you some of the points and diagrams which you can incorporate in your answer so that you go a level beyond what is your level now. Okay? So, why is the South-West Monsoon called Purvaiya, easterly in the Bhojpur region? How has this directional seasonal wind system influenced the region? Okay, very simple question. It is not. Okay. When we found the question while writing the examination, even a lot of us found it tough. So, how are we going to approach this question? What do we know about, what do we know in this question? Definitely, we know about South-West Monsoon because this is the given topic, monsoon. Then, what do we know? What else can we write in this question? How has this easterly wind influenced the region? Like, you have to talk about the socio-cultural influenced on the ethos of the Bhojpur region. So, what can you write? So, where is this Bhojpur region? This Bhojpur region is around the Purvanchal area. Okay, Western Bihar, Eastern UP region. Okay, so which branch of monsoon wind goes there? Obviously, the Bay of Bengal branch. It gets deflected by the Arakanuma range, and then it goes to the Bihar region where it is called Purvaiya. That is the basic information. Even though you might not know the word Purvaiya, you know the basic system how it works. Okay, so do that. After that, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to give a brief introduction of Southwest Monsoon because you know about Southwest Monsoon. You can talk about when it arrives, you can talk about the branches it has, or just a brief introduction. Okay. Then what? Then you'll be making a map. Okay. So after that, you will be making a map of this region, like this region of Odisha coast, West Bengal, this region, and even though this looks like Gujarat, it's not, and forgive me for that. This around this Myanmar area, we have Arakanuma. So what happens? Like, make it bigger. We have Arakanuma. So the Bay of Bengal branch, it hits this mountain system, and then it gets deflected in the Bihar, Bhojpur region, Purvanchal region, and here this wind is called Purvaiya wind. Okay. So this is the diagram which is sine qua non to this question. In any case, you need to draw this diagram if you want to fetch some marks. After that, what are the reason behind calling the Southwest Monsoon Purvaiya? So one is directional, okay, like geographical orientation because it comes from east, है ना? So where does it come from? From the eastern part. Where does West Bengal lie? In the east. From West Bengal to Bihar, if it comes, or from the Bay of Bengal to Bihar, it comes. From which direction is it coming? From east. So it is easterly, which is Purvaiya. So it will be the directional. Then you will talk about. Then you can talk about some of the more points that could lead to it being named as Purvaiya. You can talk about the linguistic root. For example, Pur, which means east. So they might have some linguistic root associated with wind. Okay, like Purva, so from Hindi linguistic structures. Okay, and what else? You can talk about there might be some historical influence of this naming passed down through generation to generation. Okay, obviously this is not something everybody can write well. I am not even sure if I can write this well, but this is not how you're supposed to write in UPSC mains real examination. This is right because at that time this question will be completely new. So we'll write from whatever we know. We can deduce like how can certain things, how, why are certain things named in such a way? You can talk about historical, etymological, linguistic origin. Okay, you can just briefly explain it, even though you don't know a lot about it. Okay, so what? We'll talk about impact on cultural ethos of the Bhojpur region. First would be like agriculture. It is primarily agriculture dominated. The Bhojpur region, etc. Even the the cereal basket of Bihar. Okay. What else? We'll talk about the various festival like Nag Panchami, Tej, Makar Sankranti, etc. Sorry, not Makar Sankranti. This Tej or Nag Panchami, etc., which are celebrated in the monsoon region, monsoon season. Okay, and that influenced basically by the impact of monsoon winds. Okay, folk dances. Okay, you can talk about various songs about monsoon. Okay, you can talk about cuisine, like a lot of cuisine that are made particularly due to due to agricultural produce like rice, wheat, etc. There are a lot of local delicacy, like I have given an example like litti chokha. Okay, like pita, etc. Okay, so what you'll talk about lifestyle, because monsoon makes the climate very humid. So the clothing and lifestyle is very light and breathable, like dhoti kurta, light colored clothes. Okay, so Purvaiya, it encapsulates the spirit of Bhojpur region or the Purvanchal region, where the monsoon is not just a weather pattern, but it's a cultural representation of the ethos of the milieu that region represents. Okay, now let's move on to the second question. It's very factual. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know, but we have to write something, right? So, discuss the meaning of color coded weather warnings for cyclone prone areas given by the IMD. So, it is talking about the color coded. Some, like a few years ago, UPSC asked about like how are cyclones named. Okay, now it's talking about the color coded. So one thing you can identify or deduce from here is like UPSC is much interested in the technical aspect of cyclone, not just the geographical one, but technical, how it's named, color coding, basically the disaster management part of cyclone. Okay, because this is mostly related to disaster management, not core geography. Okay, so you'll talk briefly about the you can briefly just talk about tropical cyclones. Okay, in the introduction. Okay, and in the map you can just draw India map and mark the major you can mark coastline area and say how certain area like Andhra Pradesh area, etc., or the West Bengal area, the Bay of Bengal area is very much susceptible to cyclones. Okay, or what else can you do? You can just make a map and mark some locations of recent cyclones. Okay, that's it. So what are the meaning of color coded? Like one thing we know that there will be green, there will be red. Okay, now you might be confused whether there will be yellow, whether there will be orange, or both, or something. Okay, but let's try to answer how we're supposed to answer this. Meaning of color coded weather warnings for cyclone areas. Firstly, it is based on the probability of occurrence of an event, okay, as well as the impact of it, both probability and impact. And it is used for disaster management purpose, for evacuation purpose, for technical purposes. Okay, and it depends on a lot of factors like meteorological factor, hydrological, geophysical factors, etc. Okay, depending on the density of population and the geography of the area, topography, etc. Okay, so what are the major color codes? It is green, yellow, orange, and red. Okay, so green, what will be green? Like all is well, everything is safe, you're okay. Like that's the basic thing that we can deduce. It's like the least severe warning. Okay, least severe warning, and it indicates that there is no immediate danger. Okay, a cyclone is expected to form in coming days, but it is not yet come to the affected area. Yellow, it would be like, be watchful and be aware that there is a cyclone developing, is likely to hit the affected area in the next few days. Okay, it indicates that people should be cautious. Then orange, like be prepared. This warning is issued when cyclone is expected to hit the area in the next 24 hours. Okay, and red will be like the most severe warning, like it is going to make a landfall, okay, within the just next few hours. Okay. And when there is this red warning, people should take immediate shelter to protect the property, etc. So, and life, obviously. So these warnings are mainly meant for administration and disaster management purpose, as we know. So this is something, if you follow newspaper, you'll be able to write it very easily. Like, it just plainly simply asking what are the color code and what does it mean. Okay, green and red anyone could write, and for yellow and orange you need to be a little receptive of newspaper perceptive. Okay, now the third question is a 15 marker. Okay, again it's PYQ. Okay, again it's PYQ, which is mention the significance of straits and isthmus in international trade, plain and simple as it is. So you know a lot of straits, you know a lot of isthmus. So firstly, you'll be defining strait and isthmus. Okay, what are straits, what are isthmus? Okay, and then what will you do? You'll just make a world map and you will mark very important straits and isthmus in same map. Okay, that will do. You'll label some important Suez Canal, Isthmus of Kra, or Panama Canal, etc. Strait of Malacca, any Strait of Gibraltar, Kerch Strait, etc. The many important, strategically important strait. So you will draw a map and you will label them. Simple. Just do that. After that, you'll talk about significance of straits and isthmus in international trade. So what will you write here? Like, you can do two things. You can either just you can make a table and give significance of strait, you can give significance of uh, isthmus, or you can just combine the two so that you can deal with one more aspect, which are the challenges. Okay, so obviously, what are straits? Like, straits are the narrow waterway connecting two large water bodies. Okay, so, and what are isthmus? Like the patch of land connecting two land, very narrow patch of land. Okay, so they might have some maritime significance. Okay, so you'll talk about how they are helpful in maritime trade, energy, tourism, etc. Okay. So you know what they are, and then you can just talk about the significance, like trade connectivity. You'll talk about cost reduction. Okay, like it reduces the distance significantly. Okay, suppose if Suez Canal were not there, then we would have to sail through the whole of the coast of Africa just to reach Europe from Asia. Okay, and this wasn't feasible. Okay, so we'll talk about energy resource transportation through Hormuz Strait, etc. Okay, then you'll talk about economic corridor development, geopolitical strategic importance. Like there are certain, well, exactly, you can write that in challenge, which I'll be telling you later. But a certain strategic importance, like for Bosphorus Strait, for which along the Black Sea, what was it used for? It served as a very important role for the Black Sea grain deal. Okay. So what else? You can talk about the maritime security consideration. This will be important to safeguard one's coast, etc. Here you can talk about piracy and all. Then there will be challenges and limitations in using straits and isthmus as for international trade. First would be geopolitical tension, which is very forcible. Like various country would not allow other countries' commercial ships to sail through it and along their exclusive economic zone, even though that is prohibited. Okay, so what else? It will lead to challenges of environmental sustainability, like disruption of the maritime ecosystem and biodiversity. What else? It would actually cause some problems in the infrastructure maintenance, like dredging and all, high cost of dredging. For example, you can give the example of the Evergreen ship, which was stuck for like more than 48 hours, even more, I guess, on the Suez Canal route. Okay. Then we'll talk about security risk. Okay. Maritime piracy, like along the Gulf of Aden, like near the Bab el Mandeb region, how it is very much prevalent. Okay. The piracy, the whole economy runs on the piracy business. And you will talk about climate change impact, like threatening maritime, rising sea level may actually threaten the trade international trade through straits and isthmus. Okay. Then what else? You will give a small conclusion how it has been very important in actually promoting international trade and for economic development, etc. You can give certain initiative of developing economic corridor using straits and ports like of the BRI, and you can give example like India Middle East European Economic Corridor. So that's all for today. Hopefully you are learning something. Please write answers and get it evaluated on CollectorBabu. It will be for your own benefit, and let's take care. Bye bye.